Hello, this is Vlog Challenge Day 5. I'm here with Butter today. Butter is one of my two dogs, and he has a brother called Peanut. But anyways, just say hi in the beginning. So cute. They're a little bit too overheated recently because I couldn't take them to grooming, and their hair is growing like crazy and so matted. I'm thinking to maybe get like a blade grooming kit so that I can try by myself. But anyways, I would like to start with my topics today. Okay, so start with the music. I will link this YouTube link down below. I love this. It's a little bit different tone from what I've used to listen, but yeah, this is nice as well. But anyways, I want to move forward. Today I went to the bank and I want to set up my company credit card. So right now I'm working with the bank. They're very supportive, and yeah, hopefully that this project will proceed really smoothly. And today it's a little bit weird, tricky day because I am going to take an online course that is provided by Japan. So there's a time difference. That means right now it's May 11th and it's like 3:20. In 3 hours the online course will start, and it will go till in the morning 5:30 a.m. So after this journaling, I'm thinking to take a nap so that I can concentrate on the course. The course is about how do you say this? Organization, human resource development. So it's all about how to have your own core value, and also how to implement it in the company and have it as your company core value. I've been taking this course, as I mentioned yesterday, for over, I would say more than 10 years right now. So the concept itself is pretty much embedded within me. And within the startup companies I experienced, I always try to incorporate those ideology within the company to create a healthy environment, and not only healthy but also productive and motivated environment. So this is what I always say, is that I don't like to say this like to anyone, but motivation does equals to sales. So the more motivated your employees are, the more sales you will get. So that's something that I believe deep down my core. And also, other than that, on my agenda, I'm working on my budgeting right now, personal and also corporate as well. And also I'm working with a lawyer to move on with the registration. I try to do it by myself, but I did get stuck in many places, and sometimes I cannot really tell the difference what's the legit website and not. So I don't want to be paying my money to something that might not be legit. So yeah, recently it's really hard to tell, and especially for me as a foreigner to Canada or Vancouver, right? It's something that I struggle with a lot, and yeah, so that's what I'm moving forward with. Yeah, so this is about my day. Now I do want to move on to the topic about my ideology and the plans on the things that I want to actually be doing within this project. So the concept itself would be basically cultivating global and healthy mindset for leaders and entrepreneurs, especially around my age and below my age. If I were to say it's like millennials, probably I'm in beginning of millennials, and also there's this term called Gen Z, I'm not really But anyways, younger than me especially. So, people who are ambitious to be successful and also who wants to impact the world in a positive way. I do believe that with the right moral and ethics education, especially based on mental health, a lot of young potentials, including me, will be able to create this healthy community and environment. And we can all start from there to influence the world. I want to make this organization a worldwide nonprofit organization. I do specifically want to do this with nonprofit because it's just how the order is. What do you stand for, and what do you want to do? For me, profit doesn't come first. For me, the purpose and cause come first. Excuse me. And also, another realization that I realized is that morals and ethics are one of the hardest things to educate, because there are different cultures, standards, personalities, and people grow up in different environment, poor, rich, and also environmental thing, like if it's a safe place or not. So it is a very challenging thing to educate, although I realized that by keep talking about it, and by keep encountering people and keep talking about it, about what I believe, little by little, I believe that the world will ripple and it will connect to something, good, great, and it will lead to world, I don't want to call it world peace, but close to that. Yeah. So for better humanity, that's something that I probably am comfortable to say. And so this is basically what I want to do. Keep talking about it. I don't care if people are sick and tired of listening of me, but I think that's something that is what I can do based on my experience. And today specifically, with the time left, 3 minutes, I want to share my first experience in a startup company that I worked with in Taiwan. It was a Japanese owned company, and it was in a food industry. It was a startup, essentially a small company. There was only 3 person in the company when I started out, and they were looking for someone who can speak English. Basically, no one in the company was really fluent in English to do the operations to expand to overseas. So although it was my actual first full-time job, I was hired as an international franchise manager. It was super fun because we built the foundation from scratch, and I remember making a contract out of copy paste from like franchise agreement online, working with the lawyers to actually create those contracts. So it was just a really fun journey. And from the day I got in, and 3 years later, we were able to expand to more than 10 countries, and that was a huge accomplishment for me. And it did lead to me having this really confident feelings towards my career and my ability. Although there were other challenges as well, is that because the foundation itself wasn't, I wouldn't say it was very firm, ideology and education and the direction of the company itself. So over a year, there were bits and bits. There was problem happening in between the relationship between the franchisees and all. So that was the thing that it was a huge lesson for me as well, that building a firm ideology and foundation is super important if you want to do business in long term, and constructive, sustainable business in long term. So yeah, that's my first experience, and I do want to dig in and talk about it more in a different video. but since there's only 20 seconds left for today's video, I'll just stop here, and I wish everybody a lovely, beautiful day, and I will move on to my Japanese journaling. Bye. Okay, I said bye too early again. Bye.